You've decided to start your med spa or healthcare business, and you're seeing across the news issues related to Botox. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, stories that we're hearing across the country is that providers and patients are experiencing counterfeit Botox. Now, what does that mean? That means people are buying either accidentally or some of them intentionally are buying fake Botox. And then because they do not know it's fake, they're inputting it into their patients' bodies, and obviously they're having adverse outcomes. You are a owner of a med spa, or you're thinking about owning a med spa. It's important for you to remember that when you are owning this type of business, the products you put into your patient's body will rest in the liability with your business. So it's important that not only that you have the appropriate consent forms, you make sure your structure is right, but that you make sure that you know who you're buying your stuff from. If I'm buying my stuff from a credible buyer, or am I buying it from something, was going to save some money on, I was going to get some type of potential discount on. Discount products in someone's body yield a ton of liability on you. The first thing I would do before I decide to venture into or utilizing a different or new buyer or broker for Botox. First, I'd go on the FDA website. I'd go and I'd make sure that there are no complaints about that owner of the product. Then I would go also look at any type of news stories to see if any news stories cover this new vendor that you haven't really heard of. Lastly, I would just try in this time period, I would try to stick to vendors that your friends have used or other people have used in order to make sure that the vendor that you're thinking about using might not have any problems. So listen up. You've got legal issues related to your healthcare business, and we have solutions for you. Let's talk about what you're going through. Grab a time in our calendar at dorismeet.com and let's come up with a strategy together to help you get to success. The last thing you want to do is inherit liability when this is something that could have been avoidable. Also, it's important that when you're doing this, again, that you have accurate consent forms from your patient. Your patient is going to consent to take Botox, the real deal. They're not going to consent to take something that's fake. If you're using an alternative product, your patient needs to know about it. It doesn't matter what type of liability insurance you have. Your liability insurance is typically going to protect against the ordinary and customary things in business. When you do things that are outside of what's normal, when you're utilizing a product that could really maim somebody because you decided to not do the due diligence on the product, it's questionable if the liability insurance will cover that because you're not acting within what's usual and customary. So it's important that you're making sure and protecting you in your practice as well. Please understand that if you're a nurse working with a doctor and you decide to input something in someone's body that's not correct, you are not just jeopardizing and hurting yourself, you might be also hurting that doctor that you're partnering with as well. So it's important that you're thinking about things not just for yourself and your business, but the business partners you're working with as well. Thanks so much. Take care. Bye.